agency that specializes in creating tourism experiences around Africa, an alumnus of Obafemi Awolowo University from the Department of Urban and Regional Planning. He's a digital marketing professional from Orange Academy, Lagos, and is on a mission to contribute valuable developments in the Nigerian travel and tourism space through creative engagement so as to stimulate more inbound tourism into the country. Now, very special thanks to Adewunmi Aderigbe, who just sent me a message one day like that and said, there's somebody who is doing, no, this is how she said it. She said, remember the old lorry, the old Molue? And I said, so what's going on? That they're doing something. And I'm wondering, and what I told her was, but that Molue is going to go through Third Milan Bridge. She said yes. I said, I'm not. Right. And then she was so like, you need to go. I said, I'm not going anywhere. And that was what she just kept sending me messages. I'm like, and whoever knows Opeyemi knows that God, if she starts with you, she won't stop. And so she said, oh, you needed to have him talk about what he does. And I said, okay. Now we're discussing travel and tourism. I have with me Afolabi Babatunde, the founder of Black Boy Africa. Welcome to Signals. And welcome.
Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you. Good to be here.
Yes. Now, apologies for I was supposed to be here, but nature said otherwise. Now, what really inspired I call it Bole Kaja. Anytime we're having conversations, I always tell her the Bole Kaja guy. That's why I named you. Quickly, tell us.
Interesting.
Yes, that's what I tell her. Anytime she calls me, I said the Bole Kaja. So, why did you have to think about old Molue? Is it
okay? Yeah. So,
lorry?
It's actually a lorry. You know, it's a lorry. You know, because in old Lagos, I shouldn't call it old Lagos. Back in the 60s, 70s, you know, before we were here, before we were born, that was one of the mode of transportation in Lagos. You know, they used that in conveying people from one spot to another. And you come to understand that we realize the whole of people live in Lagos. People tell you they live in Bangodom, they live in Ajangbadi, they live in B.I. Lekki, but they really they barely know Lagos, right? A lot of people don't know Lagos. They just live in Lagos. Trust me.
We don't know
a lot of places. Trust me, a lot of people don't know. They just live in Lagos.
Okay.
You know, so you know, when people call me, oh, like they would like to go out in Lagos, they like to see places, they don't know where to go to. They're used to regular restaurants, lounges, cinemas, the island mainland. So there's pretty much, I know, we started identifying certain places that people could actually go in, and they're like, for real? I've been living in Lagos for something years, 30-something years, 20-something years. I don't know these places exist. And we're like, okay, fine, you know. She's realized that people always want to go out on weekends. They're tired of the visuals, right?
Yes.
So what do? Let's create an experience for them here in Lagos. Let's give them an experience. So reached out to Loving Lagos. So Loving Lagos is a Lagos museum. A lot of people don't even know. Foreigners come into Loving Lagos every day, every other day. So Loving Lagos is a museum here in Lagos that has that archived Lagos stories from the 60s, 50s. Things you need to know about Lagos, the structure, the Afro-Brazilian community, the Saro community, you know, the call Lagosians.
Yeah, we're here. Yeah. We're here.
I like that. You know, the call Lagosians. A lot of people don't even know the call Lagosians. They don't know the story behind all of this thing. So we thought about it. Okay, you know what? Let's do an experimental tourism, right? Where we use an old model mode of transportation to take people around Lagos and show them certain structures, historical structures, centers, things that they probably drive by in Lagos they never knew existed. For example, you go to Lagos Island, there are these buildings that you see some buildings red, light blue, turquoise blue colors with yellow, white
cathedrals,
cathedrals, and also Afro-Brazilian historical buildings. A lot of people don't know. Just pass, oh, this building looks different. What's good? You don't know that these are Afro-Brazilians. Afro-Brazilians are the, you know, Nigerians basically. They were taken to slave trade to Brazil. But after they got released, after they got set free from slavery, slave trade, or they escaped, they came back to Nigeria to settle. That's why they're called Afro-Brazilians, you know, the African Brazilians. Okay. You know, that's why you hear the names, these names, you hear this kind of names. You hear Costas, the Da Costas,
What is
the Williams, yes, all those names. A lot of people don't know, like those are Afro-Brazilian, actually,
okay.
African-Brazilian names.
Now, I'd like to ask about where did your love for travel tourism start from? Why did you decide that it's Lagos that is going to be the center of attraction?
Okay, so like the brand conveys, it's creating tourism experiences around Africa basically. But I also realized that a whole lot of people would say, "Oh, they don't have money to travel to Europe. They don't have money to
I
travel
was about to say that too.
they don't have, they don't have money to go abroad, and even to some West African countries. Oh, they don't have that budget to travel. Is there anything we can do within Nigeria? Is there anything we can do within Nigeria? Okay, fine. So we started traveling, taking people around Nigeria. Then after a while, I realized a lot of people say, "Oh, this insecurity." Forget what the media portrays, right? Insecurity. You just want to learn about Lagos. Don't you have anything happening in Lagos? I'm like, oh, okay. Since there's a demand, since there's an audience that wants to understand Lagos, that want to see Lagos, they'll realize, okay, it's about time we start curating experiences around it. Beyond the beaches, beyond the restaurants, beyond the. And some people will tell us, okay, it's funny that people will tell you that can you create a tourism experience around Nkwobi? Let's like 50 of us just want to go eat correct Nkwobi somewhere in Lagos. Do you know anywhere? Like, fine, we give you a deal. Yes.
Nkwobi.
Yes. I'm like, yes.
Nice.
Nkwobi. Some will tell you, even Amala.
Oh, that one. Amala is almost like it's tiring. All Amala love story. I'm a laughing.
Yeah, it's tiring. but guess what? To you, it's tiring, right? But there are some people, right, that want real core Amala. They don't want all this Lagos Amala. You know, Amala get great. Amala has levels.
Really? Amala has not become a very bougie meal. That's
but that's part of food tourism. People travel all the way to Cameroon for grilled fish. You know, Cameroon is one of the most sought after nations when it comes to grilled fish. People travel to Cameroon. Yes, that's food tourism. So some people are, passionate about certain things, fashion tourism, food tourism. So the Bole Kaja came about. So we built about that experience around that Bole Kaja. And if you look at the Bole Kaja pretty well, it's well conditioned. There's ventilation, there's air, there's breeze in it. There's a flat screen, there's music, there are lights inside the Bole Kaja. You created a whole lot of balls. People are asking questions inside the old lorry.
Old lorry. You transformed the old lorry. That must have cost a fortune.
Oh well, so that's a project Loving Lagos actually took up. So they collaborated with the Black Boy Africa because they realized that we have the community, we have we have all of these people who are ready to jump on their project. And so we collaborated with them and we made it happen.
Okay.
And it's been crazy. Hundreds of calls have been coming in. People want to actually ride the Kaja. I'm like, interesting.
Well,
But you are indifferent, right?
No, because I'm wondering, the only reason why I'm indifferent is it was going to pass through Third Mainland Bridge. And if you know the whole lorry, that lorry is not it's not a very now.
Okay.
Now, how has African tourism evolved over the past decade?
Okay, so I tell people all the time, the same way I told people about 10, 12 years ago when I was at university, 10, 14, thereabout. And I said to a whole lot of people, 14 years ago, 14, 15, I said, it's coming to a time where globally the world is going to want to patronize African music, right?
Which is now a very good export.
A whole lot of people were laughing at me in school there because then we're kids that we grew up listening to the Shaggies, to the Jay-Z's and the rest. People did not believe it because then we had the Bishop Karim and the rest, right? The Bishop Karim and the rest of them. But guess what? What's happening today? It's the same thing. It's the same thing I keep telling you that it's Africa's time. Africa is in the oil. See, there are destinations in Africa right now. If I tell you the kind of emails I get from Pakistan, from China, People want to come to Nigeria, they want to come to Uganda, they want to come to Ghana. Look at what Benin Republic is doing with their tourism. Look at what Benin doing. Ghana alone made $3 billion.
Huh?
Yes, go check it, go fact check. Wow. Yeah, go fact check it. Go fact check.
Okay. $3 billion from tourism in Ghana.
Yes.
Then it means that we have not utilized our own tourism well.
No. And what does Ghana really have? It's because of the fact that
they have nice beaches.
Even Ghana's beaches are not as nice as Nigerian beaches.
The Ghana that I went.
I'm going to say.
Ghana
that I went. Cali.
Yeah. Ghana is very nice. Their beach is very nice.
So their beach is very nice, yeah. But guess what? It's not that aesthetically driven. It's not that aesthetically viable as in Nigeria. Look at Landman. Which of Ghana's beaches has been as Ghana?
Yeah, I'm not going to come for that conversation. But I think for me, you could, well.
Okay.
Well, protocols. But I had a very I like traveling, but I had a very nice experience going to one of the beaches in Ghana. Now.
Oh yes, I agree.
Very nice experience. It's free. You can just see, right?
I agree.
But then coming back to Nigeria, I think one of the things that, and that would even lead me to why are we not? One of the major problems of tourism is maintenance, the maintenance culture, right? Because I remember going to Ikogosi. I remember going to enriches waterfalls. Waterfalls. Yes, right. But if you look at it, well, Ikogosi is having his own packaging here and there. But why are we not? Look at Calabar. What's going on?
So what would you expect? Yes, I can say this, right? What would you expect when you have square pegs in round holes? Yes.
Okay.
Look, a good example. Let me for a fact. Look at Casa del Papa in Benin Republic. Do you know how much? Do you know how much that place makes for Cotonou, for Uida? And guess what?
With their recent Woman King, the recent movie that also brought a lot of people to come and say,
to come and see. I was in Benin Republic in January for the Budung Festival. Do you know how many people were in that town because of the Woman King movie?
Yes.
Because of the festival. I saw different people from different parts of the world. So what I was saying, when a government or when a people when they are directly involved, when they are passionate about driving an industry, this is what happens. When the government, like at the conference I had, I made it clear. I said, we cannot continue to wait for government. Every players in tourism and travel industry need to begin to collaborate. That's what's going on in Ghana. The Sote Charlies and the rest of them. These people came together, right? Yeah. And said that, you know what, if the government is not going to make this happen, we will make this happen. And guess what now? The government has gotten involved. Let me say this. If you get to the Independence Square, right? In Independence Square in what's it called? In Ghana. Have you been there? Independence Square.
I think
look at the history behind that place. Look at how the place is well taken care of. Independence Square.
Well taken care of.
Now go to your race course here.
Go
to your race course. A place of history where Nigeria had, its first independence ceremony. Look at what it looks like. Are you taking?
Are we now our own problem?
Because we're our own problem. People want to come to Nigeria, but guess what? What is the story? We're not selling any story.
So it leads me back to what is the Nigerian dream? What's our Nigerian story?
Yes, look at our movies coming on now. So look for me now, movie that just came out.
Yeah, very well done.
Will watch it and be like, you know what? Let us go to Ogun State. We have Oshodi Oba, right?
See that one, nobody see the Ijebus, they have it on lockdown. That is going to be.
But guess what? After the festival, look at the community. What development has happened? What people, if people want to come to Ogun State, so where Oshodi Oba happens, right? What are they going to see? After the festival is done, they spend billions. After the festival, what have you put in place that people can come to see? Do you have a museum that celebrates Oba? That people, when people come, they can see the history from when it started till now, the colors, the story, the community, the family. Is there a museum? Is there a development going there? So these are the things that motivates, that allows for tourism to thrive. We don't have all of these things. No maintenance. And it's appalling.
Why do you think that? Because Nigeria is a country of different cultures, diverse tongues, diverse tribes, right? Why do you think that we all, with the different and diverse tribes, why do you think we still have that one major problem? Maintenance. Because people come, we celebrate the fact that the whites are coming to marry our sisters. We too, we are exporting each other, one another. Right? But then we're also exporting culture, and that leads me to, I have people abroad who say that I hear them speak the Yoruba, Igbo, and I also talk to their children. And one of them said to me 2 days ago, really, that if you cannot speak your language abroad, then it means that you're a failure. And it's sort of like, Koletoye now, right? But even me that I'm here, I'm still struggling with Yoruba. How much more? So
I shock you?
Yes.
I shock you. Do you know there are people in Nigeria here?
Yes.
That teach people Yoruba, Igbo online, and they are making thousands of dollars.
Okay, so they are teaching here
online. Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa. They are here in Nigeria. Yes, and they teach people abroad. And I have friends and get thousands of dollars. They just sit in their homes. Nice. So there's a lot going on. Yeah, you cannot see. The foreigners are not interested in you wearing their Gucci. They're not interested in you wearing.
They want to eat our food.
They're interested in you talking. You talking about what they can easily get. Even your accent, you trying to mimic them or talk like them. They're not interested. They want to understand your fashion. That's why Beyonce wear Ankara. It beats me. Yeah. Okay, now look at how Afrobeat has grown. But what impact has Afrobeat done to tourism? It hasn't succeeded in terms of fashion, in terms of art. You see big artists wearing the top designers. Why can't you wear an Ankara designer back here? If Beyonce can wear Ankara, it tells you something. There's a market.
Do you think that we're ashamed of our culture? Well, which I doubt anyway.
So no, it's not like it's not. So the thing is that it's not that we are ashamed of our culture. The problem that we have is that we don't have the right set of people in the right places. For example, big artists like a Davido right now, if he's fashion consultant, someone who was passionate about Nigerian African tourism, fashion tourism, right? I mean, you'd have figured out designers that can curate or design fantastic pieces with African fabrics for David. Imagine a Chris Brown, right? In that video, he just came out wearing something from Ankara on stage, like an Ankara jacket, for male, well-tailored zippers and all that. Immediately it blows up. You'll be shocked. People start coming to Nigeria. Where is the source of Ankara? Yeah. We have Ashofi. Ashofi is everywhere right now. Ashofi is Ashoki, right? Trust me. You know the amount of billions that would have spent.
That you are real punk Yoruba. Eh? When you start to say Ashofi, and I'm wondering Ashofi is what again? Like you would know. When you said Ashofi, okay, fine.
Yeah. So it's called Ashoki because it's now here, in Lagos, but it's Ashoki. We call it Ashoki. So everything has a story. Everything has a story back here, and that's what the internationals are interested in. But we are not selling it enough. Look at Ghana. Do you know how many artists take Ghana as home now? They take Ghana as the source of Africa.
Why would Ghana be source of Africa?
Well, because Ghana is saying story. The El Nino Castle. Ghana does not even have the wealth of slave story that Nigeria has. Look at our Badagry port. Look at the what is the government doing about that place?
No,
look at it.
Speaking of Badagry, I know that in 2022, my friend, my old Lord Toby, Maybe just came to my friend, said we're traveling, and what she told me was set up that we're going to go by, is it ferry or ship? I was like, okay, no problem.
Yeah,
For us to get to CMS here, and we're going to take canoe with that. I would never try that again.
Yeah, banana boats, right?
Yes, the banana boats, right?
Banana boats.
And with engine at the back. Now here's where it gets interesting. We will never try it again. So from CMS, they said, okay, it was 12. And I said, this is not what you said we were going to do now. She did not answer me. She was like, let's go. Because she's from Badagry, right?
Okay.
And then we got there. There were 22 people on the banana boat. Children are like, we're sleeping. Lori, I said, okay. I couldn't tell anybody that this is what I was going to do. So we're going 2 hours into the journey. Meaning that fuel finished. I'm not joking. This is real lifetime experience.
What?
So I'm like, how am I going to tell? Like, how? But what interests me is this. So we have to park somewhere and then they wait to go and buy fuel and then we continue that journey. It was like roughly 2 hours, 30 minutes.
Wow.
Hell no, I'm not going to try that again. But what interests me in that journey is the level of, so the way we used to have what if you bought like that's the way we used to have all these buses stop at different junctions. There were also different junctions on water.
Stops on the water
that they could stop, and then you would see them, and that is right before me was history. Right before me was the different. You're right when you said that there are different things that you have not even seen in Lagos, and I'm like, and people are living, people are communing.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And I'm like, hell no.
No.
Hell no, because it was fun. Now that I'm talking to you about it, it's now conversation about
coming to light. Yeah.
But then there were children sleeping and they were comfortable. And I'm like, how would I tell my people that this is what I went to go and do? But when we found back, I said no. But that water was another
experience entirely.
Was a
life
experience entirely. If not because that the fuel finished on for like 15 to 20 minutes, we're waiting. They already got into that. Is it Topo? T-O-P or Topo?
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm like, how am I going to tell my people that this is what I went to go?
This is what I went to do.
But it was fascinating, even though it was. So how then? If we look at Badagry, if we look at Badagry, the road, that road.
So you can get what I'm saying when we have square pegs in round holes. I mean, you have a place of history where you have the 4-story building in Nigeria or in Lagos. Is it Lagos or Nigeria? I think Lagos, Nigeria. 4-story building, right? In Lagos. And guess what? The government have not sorted why. I'm not sorting wise to ensure that the road to this place is done well. Because you know the amount of people that come into the country, do you understand, just to visit this place. Now, Ghana is taking over that story.
No, Nigeria's.
Have you been to Calabar? Have you been to the Calabar Slave Museum? Have you been there? Have you experienced that? I cried. It's Calabar Slave Port.
So it means that maintenance is our problem.
The people in the helms of affairs.
Just hold on first. It's Signals on 91.3. We're discussing travel and tourism with Afolabi Babatunde, the founder of Black Boy Africa. If you have questions, comment, you can call us 0809. Call or WhatsApp 0809-234-5913. Or you can send us a WhatsApp message 0809-234-5913. Or you can call 0809-191-3913 or 0201-5151-913. Now, what are your top three tourist destinations in Africa and in Nigeria? Hold on a second. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Mr. Sola. I called last week when you invited the chairman and the CEO of Chicken Republic to narrate an experience.
Yeah.
That I had one of the houses.
Did they get in touch with you?
Yes, I just want to appreciate you. Since I made the complaint
okay,
I want to tell a sincere appreciation as well to them on air.
Okay.
I really appreciate their quick response, and I appreciate the effort put in place to give me better reception. I appreciate them.
Thank you very much for giving me this feedback.
You are doing wonderfully well.
Thank you too. Thank you too. Thank you.
Concerning our tourism industry, it's quite unfortunate that we have neglected our tourism industry. If we can have a minister of tourism that is all compassion, irrespective of our diverse culture. If we have a minister of tourism that can be hearing different attires of different culture that we have in Nigeria, it will go language, it will something. So if we could have a good promotion for our tourism industry, we have a lot of them. We have a lot. I serve in the north. When I serve in the north, I find it very difficult because I was almost tempted of not coming back because of what I saw in their culture. And I enjoyed part of most of the time their food. That's what they call their disco. I enjoy Gogo Kuka. So I don't know.
You went into the north.
Our culture is a plus to us. Our cultural tourism is a plus to us. Thank you.
Thank you too. Thank you very much for the feedback. 009-234-5913. You can call or send us a WhatsApp message. Thank you so much for calling and giving me that feedback. Now, what are your top 3 tourist destinations in Africa and in Nigeria? And why are they? Why?
Okay, in Africa, I've not been everywhere in Africa, but I can tell you for a fact that my number 1 is this place in Seychelles. The big one of the beaches in Seychelles. Seychelles.
Hold. Hello,
Okay.
good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, your name and where you calling us from?
Oshodi, this is Malik speaking from
Malik, don't cause me trouble this morning.
I'm not causing you trouble.
Go ahead.
About tourism.
Yes.
Top 3. We have enough beautiful places in Nigeria, but as we hear, maintenance is our biggest problem.
Okay.
You see, Taraba State, they have where they call the tea river. You go into that place, you love because water look like a tea, brown in color. Do you understand me?
Yes.
You see that same Medugi that are fighting. They have beautiful fights where you see those forests, those green forests that you love. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
But the government itself, nobody has to think because I'm making money. Then let me shock you. The one we all know in Nigeria, the cattle ranch. Please go there if I'm lying. Do you know they don't have lights?
Wow, that's sad.
Do you know the cable, what is the cable carrier? Those are that car that will carry you to pass through or something. It's not functional. My grandfather was there.
Wow.
Do you know you have to get your generator? You have to rent the generator to where you are lodging to power the place. The road to the ranch itself, my sister. So, you know, our problem is that to sustain what somebody must have started, the next person will come with his own super idea.
Continuation
care to cash out. Don't continue. To cash out.
Continue.
To continue, the person that started will benefit from the money you are supposed to pay because we are so good in inflating or increasing contracts. Something of 100 million will make you 100 billion and we will not finish. I don't know if you understand me.
I get you.
When you talk about tourism here, just forget Nigeria. See what Kenya is benefiting. See what Ghana is even benefiting of tourism. Ghana is here.
Yeah, man. Okay, so Malik, let me let you go so that I can come back to the gentleman who's nodding his head and agree with everything that you are saying.
Okay, yeah, you see? I want to come up with even Lagos here. Our baby should not sell us. Be funny.
Big joke,
I think crazy stuff.
No, so with your top 3, Seychelles, second one.
Yeah, Seychelles. Second one, what's this place called again? This is the Almaty Castle in Ghana. I like how it's been put together. If you've been there, you understand. It's a place of this. There's just this feeling.
I'm looking at myself with side eye. Well, go ahead.
There's just this feeling it gives to you. When you tell your story, the history, and you remember that though we have better in Nigeria, but this people have put this together.
They've used the YouTube that they have.
Yes. Then of course, there's this place in of course Osun State now. The waterfall in Osun State. Although there are bigger waterfalls in Nigeria, but the one in Osun State,
waterfall.
even though it's not
that enriches they should not. The only thing I need them to do is just take care of that place. That place is still fascinating after how many years after school. It's still very.
I'm from that state, so I have intention of driving that. Like, come, and shouting on top of my voice. The government needs to start to do something.
Oshodi State is listening to you.
It's pathetic.
Hold on a second.
It's pathetic.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Madam.
Sir. Okay.
I just remember something when you started the program. What your gentleman is trying to say. That modern Kaja is called
It's called what?
It's a Bedford lorry.
Bedford lorry. Yeah. See, your head is there.
Has a wooden door
At the back.
And at the back, then in between the person that's a bench, you sit face to face. It's called unnecessary. So you have to
Unnecessary. Thank you so much. I know that there's something of a modern lorry that.
But you know what? Before you forget, you know why they named the Bole Kaja?
Yes.
You know why?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because most times there are a whole lot of artisans, people are raised in them, so they usually step on themselves, so they get angry like, oh, no, don't step on me, you're not there, you're Bole like that. Means come down, let's fight. So it's a lot of fight,
It's an old Bedford lorry.
Yeah, Bedford lorry, actually.
Okay, so Shells, the Almatic, and then Oshun, right? Is it a waterfalls? Is that where you are?
No, so it's actually called Olumiri Waterfall.
Olumiri.
In enriches.
See, that place is right in my picture. Right. Okay, so now, so how important is it? Because you talked about collaboration. How important is public-private partnerships to tourism development in Nigeria? Because whether we like it or not, not even in this Japa era, people will come and go. How then we don't have half of Nigeria out of the country and half of the country in Nigeria? How then do we?
So in terms of tourism, yeah, it's about stimulating inbound tourism, right? So either Japa
if you say inbound tourism, mean within the country, so that
inbound tourism. No, inbound tourism means stimulating, allowing people to come into your country to experience your country. Okay. So that's inbound tourism, right? Outbound is when you people are moving out to other countries to experience their culture, their food, tradition, and all of those things. So private sector, public sector, it's very important. I tell people all the time, like I was opening the eyes to a couple of people in the industry. I say it's about time that even brands that are operational in Nigeria, either local brands or international brands, begin to fund festivals, begin to fund. It's not just enough to fund the entertainment industry. You can fund festivals. There are various festivals in Nigeria, right? That if they always seek government, sponsorship, and they don't get it, and because of that, most of these festivals die out. I'm so happy that festivals such as Oshodi Group now has a lot of brands, and that is why the group is doing well. The Oshodi Festival is doing well every year. Do you know how many people come into Nigeria from across the world? They just come into Nigeria and they go straight to Oshun. After Oshun, they leave. Yes, so it's about time that when people come for such kind of festival, there should be other engagement, that we are selling to the world that can hold them back in the country, whereby the experience, apart from the festival, the experience other things. And Ojude Oba is already taking that lead to now.
Okay.
On that platform now.
I think one of the things Ojude Oba does is the different how did they used to call the regbe? Because my mother was not the same.
People are in the country for that
already,
festival.
Yes. Because
people are already in the country for that festival.
Wow.
Because of that festival.
Now, so far, if we look at where we're coming from and what is happening now, what has really changed, past and future, past, present, and future?
So the truth is, right now, I'm not going to lie to you. Like I mentioned at the conference that we just had, the Global Travel, Tourism, and Branding Conference.
Yeah.
I said it clearly. I said there's a new industry within the travel and tourism industry, and this industry is shaping everything. and this industry will give the government, give every other person to run for their money. It's called the travel creators industry. These young people who are traveling around Nigeria, traveling Africa, and showcasing what the government should have been doing, or private, or all of these travel agents should have. These young people are now using their money to travel every single day. Now,
Oh yes.
Yes. So now brands are seeking what's it called? Now brands are seeking partnership with these people, travel agents are seeking partnership with, and I charge them. They need to pay. Do you understand? They need to pay. It's very important. They need to pay to collaborate with you. Look at what Waka Waka Nina is doing. Look at what the lady called Toke is doing. Look at what Tyler Yumashaw is doing. Look at what
Tayo is doing a very
what's this boy, the
awesome
Travis
job.
Ghanaian. Yeah, travel. So I mean, this is the new industry, and if they're not careful, I don't know. Anyway, the government is safe. The brands are safe.
Well, but one thing, Nigeria is like and I like to use this analogy. Nigeria is like the father that will say that, okay, you have blamed me for everything, I'll see what you can do. And so when you now do very well, they now come with their endorsement and say we endorse you after they have seen you go through everything. And I hope that, well, Father's Day is tomorrow, and to every father.
I want to say this on radio without apologies. Right? Without apologies, right? And I can be quoted. Imagine we have the Lagos State Tourism, right?
Yeah.
We have the SSA Lagos State Tourism, and we have a whole lot of people that have been pushing the tourism narrative in conversation for years that have not been appreciated, who have been dealing with their own pocket,
money,
their own pocket. Then we had a lady called Pelumi Nobi. She did a noble thing. She traveled all the way, journeyed all the way by road to Lagos. See,
London to Lagos.
Let us be clear. Yes, London to Lagos. She did a good thing. What she did was good, was fantastic. But was it worthy enough to give her an ambassador to Lagos? If you're going to give Pelumi the ambassador to Lagos, oh yes, what is she driving for Lagos tourism? She's in Dubai right now or somewhere. What is she doing? What story is she telling? What Lagos story is she telling for Lagos tourism? What is she stimulating for Lagos tourism?
Okay.
Don't get me twisted. She did a noble thing.
She did, because there was somebody, there was a man who had done it before her. There was a
man, yes.
Yes, who had done it before her. Right?
But I'm not sure I can do it.
Wait,
so now
calm down. Wait, let's when I say that Nigeria is like the father that go and do your own, come back, I'll come and give you my endorsement, is how then do we begin to make them see, right, that one, maintenance of our tourism is important and it can make much more. Because not forget, Nigerian fathers, Nigeria is the father that will tell you, show me where the money is. And if we can't show them where the money is, they'll tell you that you are dreaming, right? So how then do we begin to, there's offices for all of these things, all of this tourism. Can we begin to hold accountable the people that are in these offices, so much so that they begin to partner with young generation who are traveling across Lagos, across Nigeria, across the different places, and not just and you know what I'm talking about. The more we begin to hold the people accountable in office, then we can say that this is what we have, because we would not like that. I think there's this food tourism, not even food. They've started to use fufu, our food, for different things, and we're like, no, don't insult the food. Look at what happened with the jollof wars. That now everybody is very, very careful.
Okay.
Not to if you're in Nigeria and you say that it's Ghana, you're in trouble. I almost did it for the last guest last week Saturday. So how then do we begin to hold people accountable? Very well done to how you keep talking about tourism, and to everybody who wants to travel. See, I know that sometimes the insecurity can be, but there are ways around this thing. Me, thank you very much. What do you think is future for tourism?
What do I think is the future?
What does Afolabi Babatunde want to see for the future of tourism in a couple of years, years down the line?
So in a couple of years, I want to see where, I want to say where people from different parts of even Africa, right?
Yes.
And the world entirely are visiting Nigeria on a daily to see what we have. Because see, tourism is known. Tourism you know can drive Nigeria's economy. If we have the right people who understand. Tourism is a long term, it's not immediate. And unfortunately, many people in government, like your guest speaker said,
Yes.
like your caller said, because we don't have continuity. You know, people believe that we're not seeing money the next 3-4 years. No, I cannot continue with this.
Yes.
It is greed. You're not thinking of the nation as a whole. Nations have 10 years plan. Look at Dubai. Dubai had like a 15 years plan. Look at what Dubai is right now. Everybody's going to Dubai. Because they had a plan. They had people that were ready to continue.
Now. They're going to Qatar is not the new. Okay, then. Thank you.
Look at what Saudi Arabia is doing. Saudi Arabia
they've left religion on one side.
Yes, because they now understand the money. Look at what they did. They signed the Ronaldo. Now they have a CR7 museum, a Ronaldo museum in Saudi Arabia. People are coming from all over the world to come to see the museum in what Saudi Arabia. That's a thinking government.
It's nice. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. I hope that we would have a part 2 of really talking about travel and tourism. Thank you, and very well to what you have done. Very good initiative, and with the Old Bedford lorry. I will try it, but hopefully it's not passing through the mainland bridge. Anyway, to everyone who's called in, like Malik said, and I'm going to use his words, that we hope that we have continuity instead of stop and start. That's how I hope we don't have a stop and start government and we have continuity. Till we come your way again next week Saturday, like we always see on Signals, dream again, create opportunities for people. And because people will be people, keep creating opportunities. Have a wonderful week, and thank you very much, Afolabi, and all the very best.
All right. Thank you.
What the very best with this.